As Jeremy Kitson once said, destiny is not a chance. It is something you work towards, and it's something you have to achieve. Hello, I'm Amitha. Join me weekly as we chat with guests who will inspire and discuss topics that are trending and will help us to achieve our destiny and get us into the spotlight. Today, I have the pleasure of talking to the reigning 2014 Miss India Canada, Miss ANNU GAIDHU. Welcome to the show, ANNU.
Thank you, Amitha. I'm excited to be here. Thank you for having me on the show as well.
Well, I have been at the pageant just a little while ago, and I must say your title is very well deserved. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And your new Miss India Canada for 2014 is delegate
number 7,
ANNU GAIDHU.
To leave the dread of all time and let it make a dark line in hopes that I can still find the way back to the moon.
Well, the world knows the pageant winner, Miss GAIDHU, but I'd like to know the girl next door, Miss ANNU. So, ANNU, tell us, where were you born and brought up?
I was born here in Toronto, so growing up in Mississauga. I've been back to India one time when I was 11, but my family, I'm the youngest of 3. I have 2 older siblings, an older brother, older sister. And growing up here has been fabulous. My parents they came here from India, from Punjab in '76, and so they are immigrants, but they've established such a great life for themselves, and they've always encouraged us to stay in touch with our culture back home. So just infusing both of them has been a great opportunity for me. So I'm getting best of both worlds here, and our upbringing has always been very fun and fun-filled, and they're always encouraging any ventures that we had that we wanted to follow, and so it's been an amazing time. I love it here.
Awesome. So it sounds like you were brought up with South Asian values, but in a Canadian culture.
Absolutely.
Amazing.
Yes.
Now, a lot of people are brought up that way, but they do face challenges. You know, there are conflicts with cultural views. Did you face anything like that? I hear that your parents were supportive, but did you have any challenges growing up?
I wouldn't say challenges. My parents, they were open to us exploring, and they always wanted to keep us grounded and infused with our roots. So the only opportunity that I had to go back to India was when I was 11. But prior to that, they would always encourage us to learn a little bit about our culture and to get in touch with our roots and values and traditions. But they never forced us to choose an alleyway. It was just great to be able to experience that. And Canada's so multicultural and diverse.
I want to go back to the part where you said you actually went to Punjab. Is that right?
Yes.
How was that experience?
It was great, actually. I went with my whole family. We went for a wedding. We ended up staying there for 2 months, and it was something that was completely out of my norm, and I'm dying to go back. I can't wait until next year until I go. My original experience, I loved being in Punjab. I loved just seeing the city life there, the culture, and being able to connect with people. I was very young at that time, but I just felt the atmosphere was so great and embracing. It was a very loving atmosphere to be in, and a close culture. There's over, I believe, 138 languages in India, but everybody was just together and connected in unity, and I loved that. My sister and brother, however, they had a hard time going there because, you know, they're getting bitten up by mosquitoes, and it was a whole different type of
the sweet Canadian
sweet blood, as they say. But I was okay. I was taking them as they come. You know, I loved it. I didn't want to leave. I like staying in Punjab, and so I'm very excited to go back next year. It's something I'm looking forward to doing.
I love your attitude. So, do you remember anything about the wedding back then, or are you looking forward to creating more memories?
More memories, actually. I want to go into Himachal Pradesh. I want to actually explore all parts of India this time, and more closely connected with yoga. So I really want to go in to see the roots of it and try out Reiki there and just experience different type of things from gurus, and, you know, go to the Himalayas mountains, being able to go to the Ganges River, all that. So I'm excited for that. More so excited to explore the different avenues in India.
It sounds like you do a lot already. There's a lot on your plate. Hats off to you again for, you know, organizing it all together.
Thank you.
What are your other hobbies, if I may ask?
Personal hobbies of mine, I love to be outdoors. Nature is something that I love to be around, and I love exploring adventurous sports. I just recently took on paddleboard surfing. So you go, Burlington Beach is here. They have a wonderful, amazing beach, and you're on a paddleboard. But this year they introduced yoga on top of a paddleboard. So
Whoa.
I love, yeah, it's a little extreme. The first time I did it, I remember just getting so wet everywhere, and it was a little scary because you're trying to balance and you're trying to stand up as well. But it was such a fun experience, and I just love the adrenaline rush that you get from it. So I love being outdoors. I love going hiking. I love going for jogs and walks. I also love meditation. That's something that always keeps me grounded. And I learned a new technique this year, which is called Vipassana. And it's the oldest Indian tradition in terms of meditation that's been passed on into the Western world. And so I got the opportunity to take on a course this year, which I practice almost every day. And that's what helps keep me kind of grounded and just in tune with myself. Other than that, I love journaling as well. I love to write down my thoughts and what comes to me. I love spending time with family and friends. And lastly, just practicing yoga and just being out there with my friends and family and exploring.
Wow. So a lot of like physical and mental wellness I hear around you. I already get that positive aura moving towards me.
I'm hoping it emits to you, you know?
It is coming towards me. I already feel like at ease with you.
Yeah.
So now I'll get back to that yoga. So tell me a little bit more about, I believe you have an organization of your own, Bliss Yoga with ANNU.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
My path to yoga began 5 years ago, I would say, and I never used to be anybody who used to go to the gym or, you know, I always like to stay physically active, but when I went to my first yoga class, it was recommended from a friend, and I'm so thankful till this day because the first time I went to my first, it was hot yoga. It was 1 hour where I can just detach from everything and just kind of journey inward, and it was within an hour where I was able to just focus in on myself, and there was no judgment in the room. You go at your own pace and you kind of get to explore different things about yourself that I never knew. And what just blew my mind was that it was a union of just body, mind, and soul, spirit, everything together as one. And there's no physical things that you need, like there's no dumbbells or anything. You don't need a membership too much. You can just practice it anywhere you need to go. And because of that, that's when I just started getting crazy about it, and I started going every single day because I love the benefits I started receiving and just being able to feel more confident about myself, being more grounded. And it was a trickle-out effect. I felt when I started to love myself inside, it automatically on the outside, everything else started to just come about and come into play and just get together. And I felt that when I was in love with myself first, that's when I was able to help and inspire others. And because of that fact, because it benefited me so much, I wanted to share it with the world. And so I had a year off that I could take, and I ended up taking on that opportunity to do my teacher training. And from there, that's where Bliss Yoga with ANNU came about, because I started to just practice from at home with my sister, and she opened up a clinic of hers in our in-home basement. And from there we take on clients within our community. I started teaching at different studios within Mississauga, and it's been a great journey so far. I love it. It's my passion.
What a mind-blowing concept. Like, love yourself first, and then you are at ease, and then you can help others.
Absolutely.
I think, ANNU, you found the answer to most of the problems.
Absolutely. Like, I always say to everybody that, you know what, yoga is an antidote. Yoga is the medicine that you need. There's a lot of psychosomatic diseases, anxiety, depression, and we all face different challenges every step of the way, every day, you know? And I feel that a lot of it has to do with your outlook, and having a positive mindset is the biggest thing. And my philosophy is that a negative mind will never give you a positive life. And I've experienced that firsthand on. And I feel if everybody else were to reframe their mind when it comes to certain situations, you can do a lot in your journey in life, and there's a lot that you can achieve from it. So definitely that's why I wanted to start this, so I can share the benefits with everybody else, because it did so much for me.
Amazing. So like you were saying, it's Bliss Yoga with ANNU.com. Is that where our viewers can find more about it?
I have a few things up in the works. If I can get community support with people, that'd be awesome. It's www.blissyoga with ANNU. That's my website. I'm looking to start up a YouTube channel now as well, so I can channel people globally and share the benefits with them when it comes to the foundations of yoga, the breakdown of it, wellness tips that I can offer, different exclusives. I've had the opportunity to interview top instructors, and so, you know, being inspired for them, being a yoga instructor myself, I want to share that with everybody else as well. So that's something that's in the works for me right now. And then of course there's always Twitter and Instagram, ANNU GAIDHU. You can follow me there and you'll see my journey with yoga as well as what I have to offer.
For sure. You know, there you have it, viewers. I mean, something you're working towards for liberating ourselves from within and then helping others around us too. For sure. We are here to support you. We will get more information then at blissyoga.with.annu.com. But if we come back to your education, tell us a little bit about what your educational background is and what are you doing at present?
Absolutely. So definitely I like to embrace the moment, and I love being in the present moment and just kind of taking things as they come. And with that attitude, that's what led me into child and youth care. I love being around children, and I feel they're the future of tomorrow. And so I wanted to just study more about them and see, you know, what we can do right now to implement humanity and a better life for them as they're growing up, and just kind of seeing where they come from. And right now I'm currently at Ryerson University completing my undergrad for child and youth care. I'm in my 3rd year, so I have one more year left. Waiting to finish finally.
I can see that enthusiasm and zeal.
Yes, you know, I just want to get it done with now and just be out there in the work life as a professional child and youth care worker. So that's always been an aspiration of mine, and I enjoy it every step of the way. I love working with kids.
Are you going to take that forward after you're done your bachelor's? Are you looking to train further in the field, or you're going to take up something with it?
I haven't decided completely yet if I do want to continue on with the master's. I'm just taking it one day at a time and seeing what happens. And, you know, I'm open to everything and any opportunity that comes my way. So definitely it could be a possibility. But for now, nothing has been decided.
Amazing. Coming back to it, so you were talking about, you know, taking the training to the community. Is there an age range for yoga, or anybody can do yoga?
Absolutely, yes. So that's the best part of it as well, that, you know what, yoga is never subjective. It's always open to anybody, all walks of life. Like, you're able to practice it whether, you know, you're a child up until senior. All levels are welcomed, and there's so many parts to it where you don't have to feel like just because you can't get a pose done properly that you're doing it wrong. It's all based on your body and how comfortable your body is, and you're listening to your own body and moving as you go along. So there's different trainings, of course. I teach children as well, so it's a little bit different when you're teaching children, you know.
You love children, like you said.
Absolutely,
but
yeah.
I think it could be a challenge, is it?
Yes, it's not a challenge, but I mean, you know, you can just rename some of the poses a little bit differently to make it a little more kid-friendly for them.
For example, give me...
For example, so we could do something, we'll do butterfly. So you join your feet together and you'll flap your wings like a butterfly. But so they're not understanding the therapeutic benefits of it, of opening up your hips and the alignment in your spine. But to them, it's just a fun exercise where it's like, oh, I get to pretend like I'm a butterfly right now. And that's what I mean by reframing it for them, so it's okay for them to understand. And so in the future, they'll be able to manifest those benefits already. But in terms of yoga being open for everybody, it's something that you can practice anywhere. And no matter how experienced you are, it's always open to you.
Amazing. It's starting very young, and like we were saying, instilling those positive thoughts and energy, and then they take it forward. So our future generation does well and takes us forward well too. Coming back to that interesting fact about paddleboard, yoga on a paddleboard.
Yes. So that's actually something we started with Burlington Beaches. So I started with them this year. They've been open up for 2 years now. This is the first beach in Ontario where they've introduced paddleboard yoga. So it's more popular in North America and the States, but over here in Ontario, there's not many beaches that'll allow it, first of all, and then the paddleboards on top of that is a whole different story. So you're practicing yoga on top of paddleboard, but it's great because you're out there in the water and you're exploring, and it's so serene when you're just around, you know, all the elements like water, earth, air, all of that is just being surrounded from you. So you're practicing, you're trying to maintain your balance being on top of a board. You have the water there, the waves are coming by. So it's great. I hope it really grows and branches off and that everybody gets an opportunity to experience it because it's quite challenging, but it's fun.
Well, I really would like to try that out. I already feel so serene with the waters around. I just don't know about my balance, so I'm coming to you for sure for instruction.
But don't get me wrong, the first time was very scary and it was difficult because the water is so cold and you don't know what to expect sometimes. So it's always a hit or miss with the temperature, of course, because it's always changing. But I mean, just the experience itself, you don't know what to expect when the waves are coming, if you can balance or if you're able to get up and stand up on the board. But it's just you're learning more about yourself, which is great, right?
Nice. It's again overcoming challenges and, like you said, learning more about yourself. Wow, Annu, you're so amazing, like so much positivity radiating, and that's why I know why you're wearing the crown. So tell us a little bit more about that journey with Miss India Canada.
Miss India Canada, it's been such an amazing journey so far. It's only been a month right now that I've had being crowned, but this whole month has allowed me to experience so much, and I'm so grateful that I was able to be around such a great team, the Miss India Canada organization. They're awesome, and this year Zee TV paired up with us and Chevrolet Canada, and so being able to experience something of this sort with this global platform is just so amazing. It's such a blessing. And the journey into Miss India Canada, I actually participated 2 years ago for the 2012 title. And coming back this year, a lot of people ask me, well, what made you try out 2 years later? What was it? And it goes back to just how you feel inside. And I felt I had such a tremendous exponential amount of growth within those 2 years. And it was finally a year where I felt I'm confident in who I am, and I'm confident in my body, and I'm confident with what I have to offer to other people. And I want to be able to share my benefits of being an aspiring child music care worker or a yoga instructor with the world. So I have this light in me that I want to just show to everybody. And I feel that that was the greatest thing that kept me going. And the experience itself, you're meeting, 15 wonderful women across Canada who are coming, but it's great to get to know them and just to kind of experience from them. And just, one of them actually, my best friend in 2012, like her and I never talked throughout the pageant, but we became best friends now. And so it's such a great learning experience because you're seeing so many different people, and that's the most amazing part about it.
Amazing. But I would also say it's what you put out is what you get to. Absolutely. So I can see you like fitting into any like mold or with any group really.
Thank you.
So what do you see yourself doing with the title? I can already hear your passion for so many things, but is there anything in particular that you're working towards this upcoming year?
Absolutely. So there's a lot of cultural and social events that I'll be at and I'll be attending. I want to get to know the community a little bit better and be involved in a lot of communal events. That's something that I'm looking forward to doing. And apart from that, I'm using this title as a platform so that it can be a positive way to influence children as well as people within my community in terms of sharing the benefits of what I have to offer and what I've experienced. I've also learned a lot of things about myself within the last month as well with the title, which is great that I never knew I had. Different strengths. I want to dip myself into the entertainment industry as well, which is something I'm really excited for because I never thought that it would be something that I would be interested in, but now being able to explore so many different avenues, I really feel like it's a pathway that I want to try out and see where it takes me. So
then I have to ask you, do you see yourself in Bollywood someday?
I hope so. I don't know. It's too early to say right now, but definitely, yeah. I grew up watching Bollywood movies.
Well, girl, you look Bollywood to me already.
I grew up watching Bollywood movies. My mom and dad always at home, they're watching, the drama that come on and different things. And so they've always inspired me to try out everything. And, while I have it at the grip of my hand, so just dip my feet into, all avenues. And so I hope one day I'm aspiring. I can't wait to go to India. And so I'm hoping within India, when I go there, there'll be different opportunities for me there as well.
So when you attend the Punjab wedding, is that right?
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I'm just taking away from the topic for a bit. I hear Punjabi weddings are amazing.
Yes.
Like I've never been to one, but I hear they're amazing.
Amitha, they're the best things you can experience. So much life is instilled in that, and it's such a graceful. Everybody always says, "Oh, your weddings are always 5 days long," and I'm like, "Yeah, they're 5 days long because there's so many things to celebrate. It's a celebration," and I think that's the best thing about our culture is that we you know, we take every opportunity to celebrate what's happening, and it's a union of, you know, everybody from your family, and people are flying across everywhere just to see a union of a marriage, let's say, and there's so much like culture and life that's there, and it's so rich and infused, and Punjabi weddings are awesome. I love them.
Well, you make me sound and make me proud to be a South Asian.
Absolutely.
Well, now I'm definitely coming with you to India for the Punjabi wedding, and I have to get on the paddle for the yoga too.
Yes. So we have to go to Punjabi wedding. You have to do some bhangra with us, and then next thing will be India, and that'll be our journey and paddleboarding.
Amazing. Coming back to yoga, so it looks like there's a lot coming up for you with this title. You know, it is a title of prestige. It's something people look forward to and look up to you with this title.
Absolutely.
Coming back to Miss India Canada organization, I hear it has teamed up with an event that's upcoming with Ways. Is that correct?
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit more about it, because I think it's tied in with yoga? Is that correct?
So We Are Your Sisters. It's a non-profit organization that we have. It was founded by Viveka Foundation, and Miss India Canada organization as well contributed. And it's such a great opportunity, because all funds, it's to raise awareness for rape, trafficking, and prostitution that's happening in India. So it's a very serious issue that's been going on. And we have yogathons every single year that happen in order to raise awareness and to give the funds over to India. And so I actually am so grateful that I got involved in this, because as a key instructor this year, we have a yogathon that happens in Toronto as well as in Ottawa. And because I'm tied in with yoga, it was a great gateway for me to be a key instructor there. So I'll be able to see everybody from Toronto and guide them through. It's 108 sun salutations that you do. And you can partner up and do them, or you can do them by yourself. And all proceeds go to India to help women and children that are there.
Amazing. And what an amazing cause too. It's actually been a hot topic in the news this year about, you know, the status of women and a lot of assaults on women.
Absolutely.
So it's amazing, like organizations like these will help carry funds from international to India.
Absolutely, yes. It's very unfortunate that there is a lot of buzz around it, you know, but it's not like a table topic conversation where you can have, like, things actually need to be done about it. And that's the most phenomenal part, that just bringing a global union between, you know, a sisterhood between the children and families, and whatever you can put in, it's not subject to anybody. Women and men can participate. And a yogathon, I'm just so happy that it's a yogathon, because I feel like it's the most best way to kind of put that union and send out those vibrations, that positive energy, to channel people all over the world, not just in India, but you're channeling people everywhere who may be experiencing it. And to actually put the thoughts into action is such a wonderful thing to see. And last year, I believe there was 600 to 800 people who came out, which to me just blew my mind, because it's so phenomenal to see people within your community like lending out a helping hand to help out people who are facing this unfortunate event in India.
So I'm there for sure. Now I have one more thing added to the list. Annu, you're just inspiring me moment by moment. And if people wanted to get more information, how to register, where could they go?
So for more information, you can always visit www.weareYourSisters.com. There's a lot of information about the organization there, the campaign that's going on. And to register, you can set up your own fundraising page. So that's all done through the website. And then you can also follow up through Twitter and Facebook, which is also We Are Your Sisters.
Wow, Annu, it's amazing. Like your passion for youth and child, your passion for yoga, and you're using it to help everyone. And if I may ask, I would like you to show us some tips on a day-to-day basis, because as we already told, there's so much out there in the world with the stress, women issues. How can we get away from all that every day? Maybe a tip or two based on your yoga expertise?
Absolutely, yes. So, I always practice every single day. An important technique, which is pranayama, has to do with your breath and breathing.
Okay.
So it's very simple. If you're having a chaotic day, or if there's a lot of things that are happening and you're feeling a little congested and stressed out, it's a simple way that you can just kind of escape and relax and allow yourself to just get back in tune with everything. So what we'll be practicing is Ujjayi breathing. So it's called
Ujjayi breathing.
Ujjayi,
okay.
Yes, and it's it's called oceanic breathing, because it sounds like an ocean. It's very calm.
Nice.
And the way that you practice it, so you're going to place your fingers in a mudra, so index and thumb.
Okay.
And you're going to be taking a deep inhale through only your nose. So you're going to close your mouth, and you're going to start to inhale through your nose. And as you're inhaling, you want to start to open up your belly and start to expand as wide as you can. Start to fill your lungs and your chest up with air. So we'll do it together.
Okay, we are doing it together with Annu. Here we go.
Deep breath in. And you want to try to hold as much as you can within your lungs. And when you're exhaling out, you want to exhale through the nose. And you want to start to engage your belly button deep into your spine. So you really want to have powerful breaths here. And another time, inhale through your nose and start to open up your chest. Send that breath down. And now exhale, start to engage your belly button into your spine. So you're doing great. That's awesome. Just another tip here, in case if you're feeling like you can't get the breath properly because you have to control it, it's not your natural breathing.
You read my mind. You know, it's also the allergies I find.
Absolutely, yeah. So if you're having like, a clogged nose or anything like that, then you can always modify it with your exhale out. So you're going to take a deep breath in through your nose and start to hold your breath. And then when you exhale, you're going to exhale out through the mouth very powerfully. So it should sound like this. Almost like Darth Vader from Star Wars. So.
Yay, there we go. That's for us being into Canadian.
Absolutely.
Right?
So you can always just try to envision that you're sounding like him. And you want to practice that about 3 or 4 breaths every single day whenever you just want to kind of get back into tune. That's a meditation technique that you can work on. That's always great for just kind of getting away from everything and de-stressing and allow yourself to just going back into the groove of working.
Well, I have to say, I feel just detoxified right now.
That's great. And another one that I find that is common is, especially if you're hunching over at work, let's say, or if you're sitting in an office, a quick way to just kind of release everything out and, straighten out your spine would be an eagle pose. And so with your arms, you're going to bend them at 90 degrees. And you're going to take your right hand underneath the left. Okay. And you want to make sure your fingertips are up towards the ceiling. Now, the important part of alignment, you want to make sure that your elbows are in line with your shoulders. So you need to raise those up. And you want to just start looking past forward at a point that's not moving so you can help stay focused. And while you're doing this, take a few deep Ujjayi breathing breaths here, and you're going to notice that your mid-back and your shoulders are starting to slowly open up.
Feels so good right now, Annu.
Help you just detach a bit. It's an easy stretch, and then you just start to let it go, and you're going to reverse and do it onto the other side now. So it should be left underneath the right. Always make sure your elbows are in line with your shoulders.
Okay.
If you have difficulties getting your hands touched together, you can also do the same stretch by just touching onto opposite shoulders here.
Nice.
And just make sure your elbows are up. And so you can practice this a couple of times throughout the day just to kind of open up your shoulders. If you're feeling you're hunching or if you're getting any neck pain or anything like that, it's always an awesome way to just detach and quick things you can do anywhere that you are with your body.
Wow. Honestly, I could go on and talk to you about everything that you do. I feel so liberated and positive as we have chatted through. Well, it's been amazing, and thank you so much, Annu, for taking the time to share your journey to the spotlight with us.
Absolutely. It was a pleasure speaking to you. Thank you for having me here.
Well, I'll be following you on Bliss Yoga with Annu.com, and all the best with the yogathon that's coming up and all your aspirations, and maybe see you in Bollywood.
Hopefully,
right?
We'll see. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Annu. There you have it. The reigning Miss India Canada 2014 Miss ANNU GAIDHU. She has taught us nothing is impossible if you put your mind to it, and you can inspire other people through your own passions. Well, that's a wrap for this week. We will continue to bring you guests who inspire and talk about topics that are trending. Thank you for watching us. For updates, follow us on Facebook and Twitter. And I would love to hear from you about suggestions for future topics, so write to me. Until next time, this is Amitha signing off with a word of wisdom. Follow your dreams to your own spotlight.